Mrs. Nichols is a resident in long-term care. Yvette is a new resident care aide in the facility. It's 9:30 p.m., and Yvette needs to help Mrs. Nichols into bed. Yvette does a point-of-care risk assessment and feels safe to proceed. As she is helping Mrs. Nichols into bed, Mrs. Nichols yells, "You are completely useless. I'm going to get you fired." Mrs. Nichols needs a behavioral care plan. Yvette reports to Danny, her supervisor. Danny will create the behavioral care plan with Yvette's input. Danny starts with step 1, assess. They gather existing information from electronic health records, site-specific forms, and coworkers that work with Mrs. Nichols. What should Danny look for? Next, Danny conducts a screening and assessment. They identify that Mrs. Nichols has no recent violence, no history of violence, and no previous violence risk alerts or behavioral care plans. But Danny keeps in mind the principles of trauma-informed practice, knowing that they can never fully know a person's history. They look for risk factors as well as factors in the workplace and learn that Mrs. Nichols is typically one of the last residents to be helped to bed at night. The next step is to document Mrs. Nichols' behavior. Danny asks for Yvette's input. Read the 3 possible responses. Which one is best? What are the target behaviors that need to be addressed? Danny completes the assess step by identifying the underlying causes. They think about how the risk factors, stressors, and environmental factors they have identified relate to the task and Mrs. Nichols' behavior. They wonder if waiting a long time for help and feeling tired are stressors for her. Once the assessment is complete, Danny moves on to the second step, plan. What strategies might work to eliminate or decrease the target behaviors or manage the worker exposure? The next step is implement. What are Danny's responsibilities at this stage? Finally, the behavioral care plan must be evaluated. After a couple of weeks, Yvette learns that it is not being followed consistently by her coworkers. What should she do?